Hello and welcome to Biblical Truths Through Video Games. Today I'm going to be talking about Madden Football. And for those that don't know, Madden Football simulates NFL football games on your console or PC. And so I want to talk actually about the first time I ever played Madden Football. This was back in college, my freshman year. And at the time I had joined a Christian fellowship on campus. And some of the guys in that fellowship would get together once a week in something they called the Red Meat Jamboree. Now, this was a Bible study, and we had red meat, usually wings. And then at the end, we played a video game, usually Madden Football. And at the time, going to my first meeting, I had never played Madden Football before, but the other guys in this group were very familiar with it, very proficient in it. And this one guy in particular seemed to be better than everyone else and would just decimate the competition. And so what happened, we went through the Bible study, we ate our wings, and we sat down to play the game. And this one guy did what he bragged about doing. He would just, people would go up against them and he would win every time. And I was watching him, and we all had a fun time, we're laughing about it, but I was watching him play, beating everybody, and then it came my turn, me who had never played before. I'm like, oh boy. I did not hold out much hope of winning the game, but again, I just wanted to have fun with the guys, kind of have a good time of fellowship. And so, I played without much hope of winning. But I remember receiving the kickoff, and then my first offensive play I picked. And again, barely know what I'm doing. I think that I pick a passing play, but it was actually a running play. And so as I snap the ball, I believe, I start to go a little bit backwards, believing that my quarterback was going to drop it back for a pass. Instead, he hands it off to the running back, and I make the running back start running backwards. And as this is happening, I figure out what's going on, but then my opponent is bearing down on me and trying to tackle me for a big loss. So I'm just trying to get out of his way. So I run backwards further just to try to avoid him. And somehow he dives at me and I am able to avoid his tackle. But at this point I've run backwards like between 10 and 20 yards. And I'm just trying to get my bearings. I turn around, actually start running in the right direction. And I see the AI, and this was an older game. The AI, I guess, didn't know what to do with a player who runs backwards, and the computer, the defenders just start running around in circles. And by the time I actually get back to the line of scrimmage, they're completely out of position, and I just keep running and go all the way across the field for a very unlikely touchdown. And I was stunned. The guy I was playing looked even more stunned. I couldn't believe what had just happened. Nobody could, really. And the rest of the game proceeded in a very similar fashion, where I ended up winning the game, but it was very clearly not my skills and my talent that won me the game, but I won despite my lack of talent. And we all had a good time laughing about this. I wanted to brag about my victory, and yet at the same time, I knew it wasn't because of me that I won. I'm not sure what happened, because I wasn't very talented at this game, but like running around, not knowing what I'm doing, somehow scoring, that was the theme of the game. And I know this guy who never lost to anyone, he was actually leading the next Bible study, and he referenced this game as an object lesson in humility. But me, looking back at this now, all these years later, I take a different lesson from it. And I wanted to share a verse from Revelations chapter 12, verses 7 to 10. It says, "There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, 'Now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our God day and night. See, the Bible talks about another contest, if you will, a battle between God and Satan, between Jesus and Satan, and God wins. We know that God wins, and I can join the winning side on this. And again, like this Madden game, it won't have anything to do with my talents or my skills. I can be a participant and I can follow God, but we won't have victory because of me. We'll have victory because of God. It's been ordained that God wins, and I can be a part of it. You know, we can all be a part of it. We can choose the side, and we're told ahead of time who's the winning side is going to be, and we can choose to be on the winning side. At the same time, we need to know that it's really not because of us. You know, we may be like the guy was playing. He may be very impressed with his skills, or maybe like me, who knows. You know, it doesn't have a lot to do with what I can do. It's just all about what God can do. And, you know, just looking back at that game, you know, that's one thing that really struck me is with this competition, we know who wins. And it's not because of me, it's because of God. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks as always for listening. And next week I'm going to share another biblical truth on the game Watch Dogs. So thanks again.